It's the Ides of March. Beware already. If I told them once, I told them 1,000 times. Don't go. Julie, don't go. This is one of the most famous shticks by Wayne and Schuster, Canadian comics, who performed these routines first on CBC radio, then CBC television, and then they were scooped up by Ed Sullivan, who saw a good thing and knew a good thing when he saw it. He knew he could get millions of Canadian viewers by putting these two guys on the show, and he did all the time. And this was a whole series of Roman comedies, not Roman holidays, Roman comedies, featuring this toga-wearing detective named Flavius Maximus. And Flavius would walk into a bar, and he'd order a martinis, and the glasswright would say, you need a martini? And Flavius would say, if I wanted two of them, I would have asked for them. Well, our homeroom teacher in high school was also the Latin teacher, Mr. Burroughs, who's very upright, very serious guy. But Ed Sullivan came on Sunday nights, and every Monday morning, Mr. Burroughs broke out of his character, and he couldn't stop laughing, and he'd recount one of the gags that he saw. And his favorite was the burning of Rome caper, which of course was about Nero. And the highlight of that 8-minute sketch was when the fire department was called out, and they all stood at attention, and it said, number for the right, and they would number like this. I, V. And Mr. Burroughs would tell this gag, and he'd fall apart laughing. And I still fall apart laughing when I think of it. So Latin is the basis of all these lovely Romance languages, French, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. And I've been able to speak quite a bit of at least 3 of those 4 languages. And I always think of Mr. Burroughs, of course. Then I got a phone call one day from a film company. Could you be a dialogue coach for us? And I said, yeah, what language? And they said Latin. And I couldn't stop laughing. And I said, yes, actually I can do that, because there was an exorcism scene, and they needed a priest to speak Latin, and I wasn't a priest. I was his dialogue coach, and I did it. They paid me very well. It was very funny. But as soon as I put down the phone talking to this film company, I started going, I, and so on. Now, the pickle is, you should never, ever escape the opportunity to learn at least a little bit of another language. You know why? Because you never know when you're going to fall in love in Uruguay, or you might need to get a taxi or a taxidermist in Guangzhou.